Cisco's transformation metrics. At Cisco, we have a rich tradition of selling hardware networking products with embedded software. But over the last few years, we focused on monetizing software through subscription using a recurring revenue model. In fact, over 40% of our business currently comes from subscriptions. So how do we measure that? Let's take a look at two of the most important metrics associated with software and subscription-based revenue: remaining performance obligations and annualized recurring revenue. Let's start with a sales transaction. As always, everything begins with an order or booking. We ask, has the order been delivered, i.e., has the product been shipped or has the contract started? If yes, we can go ahead and recognize the revenue for the product and begin to recognize the revenue for the contract. But what if the order hasn't been delivered? Then we need to know if the customer can cancel. If they can, the order goes into backlog. If they can't, the order goes into remaining performance obligations, or RPO. There are two categories of RPO. The first is called Deferred Revenue. Say we sell a software as a service product for a year for a total of $1,200. In month 1, we'll earn $100. The rest goes onto the balance sheet as deferred revenue. Then the cycle repeats every month until the contract is complete. That's deferred revenue. Revenue we've invoiced, which may have been paid, but we haven't yet earned. The second category is unbilled contract revenue. Say we have a 5-year contract worth $50 million, which we agreed to bill annually. In year 1, we bill $10 million and $40 million goes into unbilled contract revenue. In year 2, we bill a further $10 million with $30 going into unbilled contract revenue. This is revenue we know we can rely on, but we haven't invoiced or earned yet. In a software as a service recurring revenue model, deferred revenue builds up over time. And with multi-year sales, unbilled contract revenue also builds up. That's why RPO is so important. It's also a reliable indicator of our future revenue. In fact, around half of our RPO is short-term, so it will be recognized within 12 months. Now let's look at annualized recurring revenue, or ARR. ARR helps us take recurring contracts of any length and calculate the revenue they generate over a year. For example, with a contract longer than a year, we divide the total amount by the number of contracted months and multiply by 12 to determine the annual revenue. ARR is a useful baseline and a good indicator of opportunities to renew revenue. That's important because it's much easier to keep or renew existing customers than it is to find new ones. When customers renew, we maintain the ARR baseline. But customers can always choose to downsize their contract or to not renew at all. So, to build on the ARR baseline, we need to bring new customers on board. And of course, we get the chance to add to the baseline by upselling and cross-selling to all our customers. This ability to build on top of the renewed ARR is called revenue stacking. It's what makes ARR such a powerful model, and it helps us set realistic targets and predict growth. Understanding our software revenue, RPO, and ARR metrics can help you understand how we're evolving and growing our business. We hope you found this tutorial helpful.